Clocking, tapping, mic on, we locked in. Late night thoughts in a room that pops. 2 cups, 1 take, real talk, no fake. Names drop, hearts race every week. New place, lean in, don't blink. Hey, you know what we think. One more story, then we're gone. The C2k podcast. Say it loud. The C2k podcast pulls the whole room in now. The C2k podcast, that's the one you found. The C2k podcast, keep it running, keep it running, keep it laugh hard, go deep, truth talk, no sleep.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of the C2K podcast. It is Thursday, May 28, 2026. It is 4:26 p.m. And this is one of your favorite podcasters, C2K, Coverage to Kill, the legend of backyard wrestling. Welcome, guys. Welcome to this new podcast that I just created, the C2K podcast. And I am so excited. I'm so excited to talk about different things in this podcast. You know, I think this is what this podcast is all about. Is talk about different things, and not only about wrestling. You know, we talk about different things, and I'm excited. You know, I couldn't wait to create a new podcast, part of C2K Entertainment. We do have a YouTube channel. If you like to, look at some talk shows and podcasts, come to our channel, our YouTube channel, C2K Entertainment. You're gonna watch a lot of different things. We have a food show, we have wrestling talk shows, we got podcasts. Everything is in there. Just name it. So watch. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, C2K Entertainment. Before I talk about all the things that I want to talk about, and what I'm about to say, I'm not trying to cause any drama. I'm not trying to cause any drama. I don't, after I say what I have to say, I don't want. How can I say this? I don't want no back and forward drama and nothing like that. Even though, thank God everybody has moved on with their life, and and everybody just doing their own thing. But I watched an episode of a talk show. And no, it's nothing going on. I don't want people to say, okay, what's going on right now? No. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. Nothing like that. I promise. I promise everyone. I know that, the eye promotions, don't worry about it. It's not, there's no drama. There's nothing going on. There's no problems. Thank God. I just want to make, just some things clear. That's all. That's all. It's nothing, no social. C2K is trying to, either defending himself. No. It's nothing like that. I want, just chill. Everybody chill. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is normal. Everybody have moved on. There's no problem. There's no drama. You know what I mean? It's just I want to make some things clear. That's all. Um, I have watched an episode of the Sack Attack show. Like I said, there's no drama going on. There's no problem. There's no drama. Everything is good. You know, I just want to make things clear. That's all. That's all. Just want to make things clear. Um, I was looking at one of the comments that was left at the C2K. Excuse me. One of the comments that was left at the Sack Attack show. I know that Sack Attack, he returned. He got his podcast back, which is called the Sack Attack podcast or talk show. I don't know if it's podcast or talk show. I don't know what it is, but um, I know that I know he was talking about that. Um, he mentioned my name, which is one. I want to say something about that. But he was talking about that he wanted his talk show back. Sack Attack, you could have it back. I have no problem. You could have your own talk show back. My mind, my mentality, it's not like it used to be. I have to listen. I told everybody I'm a whole different person. I don't act the same. I don't think the same. If that's what Sack Attack wants, he could have it. No problem. He wants his own talk show back. Yes, he can. There's no problem with that. Yes, he can. No, he don't need to text me. He don't need to call me. There's no need for that. Yes, he could have his own talk show back. I have no problem with that. It's all good. No, this doesn't mean that we are friends. No, we're not friends. And I don't want to get into details. I just want to live things as it is. I just want to live things as it is. Um, yeah, he's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing, and his own. He went on his way. I went on my way, and that's the way it is. There's no beef going on anymore. That's done. That is over with. That's an old story. That's the past. You know what I mean? He won his talk show. He could have it back. I have no problem. It's all good with me. It's all good with me. You know what I mean? And we're gonna leave it like that. That's the way we're gonna leave it. There's, like I said, no, I don't want my promotions that the promotions that is basically above my promotion to come in the morning. Hey, we got a meeting. No, we're good. Everything is good. There's no problem. I don't want nobody in my promotions to get pissed off. And no. Everything is good, guys. I promise. Everything is okay. The man who won his talk show, he got it. No problem. The man can have his own talk show back. The man doing his own thing, and he has his own guests, and which is good. Yeah, no problem. I have no problem with that. Like I said, this is a whole different new C2K. My mentality is different. I think a different way. Maybe because I'm getting a little more older. But yeah, of course, yeah, he could have it back. I have no problem with that. Sure, no problem with that. He could have his own talk show back. And it's all good. It's all good, people. We all good. We're doing great. Everybody's doing great. I'm proud of everyone. Or in C2K Entertainment, everybody doing their own thing, and everybody is you know, uh, doing their talk shows, the podcasts, and there's a future. There's a future out there that we are trying to reach. And I know everybody's doing their own thing, and everybody's doing things in their own way. Um, I have no beef with no one. Thank God. Knocking on wood, knocking on wood. I have no beef with nobody. I clear all that up. I make sure that there was no beef, with no one. There's no excuse me, there's no drama in my life, and I don't want any more drama in my life. You know, I'm in a whole new different level. I'm on a whole new different level. You know, um, but one thing that I want, one thing that I want, and after what I want, I might give some advice. Because I love giving people advices. I really do. This is me. You know, I love to give people advices. I really do. When it's come to wrestling, talk shows, I'm more open. I'm more open to giving people advices, and okay, I'm not trying. I don't listen. I promote like almost 30. I'm gonna say. Let me think. Probably 10 talk show. Let me see. 10 talk shows, 10 podcasts, and 2 food shows. Yeah. And I don't tell nobody what to do with their talk shows, even though I do promote them. They're part of C2k Entertainment. I don't tell people what to do with their shows. They do whatever they want to do with the shows, however they want to do the shows. I have no problem with that. But one thing that I want to ask Mr. Sack Attack, this is one thing to please and to please stop mentioning my name. That's all I want. That's all I want. That's all that I need. To please just stop mentioning my name. That's all. That's all. There's no beef. There's no beef. No, 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 no. Come on, guys. There's no beef. There's no fighting. No nothing. No problems. It's just I'm just asking to just please stop mentioning my name. That's all. Now, here's an advice that like I said, I give people advices. I don't care who it is. I give them the advice. You know, my advice to Mr. Sack Attack, when you do, you do whatever, however, whatever you want to do in your show. This is your show. This is your show. You want to do however you want to do your show. But one thing, and this isn't an advice from, how can I say this? From a talk show host to another talk show host. When you have guests in your talk show, make it all about your guests. Make it all about your guests. Don't make it about yourself. Always, when you have guests in your talk shows, make it about your guests only. That's my advice to you. If you want to take it, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. No problem. It's just a little advice from a talk show host to another talk show host. Another advice. Another advice. Yes, it's okay to have your guests that has been in your talk show for the first time to introduce themselves. That's great. I always listen. I This is the advice that I give to everybody. Like I said, I give advice to a lot of people. I give advice to everybody, and I'm open. I'm open for that. Anybody that wants my advice and everybody that wants to talk, ask for advice, and I'm open. I'm always open for that. I have no problem for that. But when, yes, you, like I said, you can have your guest that has come, that is coming to your show for the first time. You could have them to introduce yourself, because they introducing themselves not only to your fans, they introducing yourself uh to the whole world. Because when you do something either it's a recorded session, a section, or a live section, when you have a guest introducing themselves, they not only introducing themselves, they promoting themselves. They're promoting themselves. Okay. Never has a guest asking you if you got any questions. No, no, no. You the one that asks the questions. So here's my advice to you. Before you have somebody new on your talk show or your podcast, and this advice is not only for Mr. Sakatak, it's for everybody that is listening, everybody that has their own talk show or their own podcast. Before you have somebody new in your talk show, because remember, this is somebody new that is coming to your talk show. This is somebody new that is coming to your podcast that maybe not a lot of people know who are these people, or who are the guests that you have in your talk show. Before you have somebody in your talk show for the first time, how can I say this? Study. Um, Go to Google, Google them, and get their information, see what they do, who they are, if they have backyard wrestling, what their backyard wrestling is all about. Once you do that, write it down, because once, let me tell you something. Once, when you're looking for the information, it's like me myself. I want to put myself in this. I have a food show, right? And some of these restaurants I have been for the first time, or some of these restaurants that I do visit in my food show, maybe I already went there and I already know about it. But even though if I do know about it, I I promoting I looking for the information on Google, not only to study, to study myself, or but at the same time I'm promoting a restaurant. I'm promoting a gas station. I'm promoting let's say a convenience store, or I'm promoting a cafe spot. So I want people to know about these places. So what I do, excuse me, I go to Google, right? I get the information. Once I get the information, I do my own little homework. I write it down. I write it down on a paper, because this is what I do. I write it down on the paper, and once I do my editing on my videos, where you guys can see that I talk about the restaurant. I give you guys the information. I give you guys where it's located, what kind of food that's what I'm saying. So the same thing goes to either if you have a backyard wrestler in your talk show, or an indie pro wrestler. It could be a singer, it could be a rapper, and these people might come in for to your talk show for the first time, right? So before you have them, have a conversation with them private. Let's say for instance, because this is what I do with C2K talk show, and yeah, mainly C2K talk show. When I do have somebody new in my podcast, before I have them in my talk show, I invite them to my talk show. So I have this private conversation with them on Messenger, or you could text them, whatever. So what I do is that if they don't know about me, whatever, I introduce myself and I introduce my talk show, and I say, hey, I would love for you to be my talk show, blah 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 blah. You send the invitation first. Always send the invitation. Send the invitation first. Once you send the invitation first, then what you do is okay, you find out what day, what time you could have your guest in your talk show. What day, what time, but make sure that it's comfortable for them. Make sure that it's a time, a schedule that you could work out, that can you could work with them and it could work out for them. Once you do that, then you ask about what you ask. Okay, what do you want to talk about in my talk show? What do you want to talk about my talk show? And they will tell you, okay, I want to talk about my wrestling career, blah 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 blah. Okay, no problem. So you ask them, are you in Facebook or whatever? They say, yeah, okay. You go on the Facebook and you check what they do, and you're looking for the information. That's what you're doing. You're looking for the information because you want to study. You want to study what they do, and you want to do your little homework. Because once you do your little homework, then you go ahead and you write everything down, because the questions are gonna come. The questions, once you study the person or what they do and what they're all about, the questions are going to come in your mind. And what you do, you write it down. You write down the questions. So now that you did your little homework, now you know what to ask them. Now you know what to ask them. I always say make more than 5 questions. At least 10 questions. At least 10 questions. You ask them about what they do, and if they got a backyard wrestling federation or indie, okay. And like, okay, are you the owners? What is your position? Is you the owner? If you're not, what is your position? And it's a background. You ask him for the background of you know of who they are, what they do, and stuff like that. But one thing is, do not make it about yourself. When you have a guest, you want to make it all about your guests. Because you inviting them. Like I said, this advice is not only for Mr. Sakatak. This is for anybody that is out there, listening to me right now. If you got your own talk show, if you got your own podcast, and you got guests in your podcast and in your talk show, always make it about. I'm sorry, guys. Some background noises in the background. I'm sorry for that. Okay. When you have guests in your talk shows or in your podcast, always make it about them. Don't make it about yourself. Don't talk about yourself. Don't talk about what you do. Leave that for another episode. Let's say, for example, you could do sections. You could do guest sections or personal sections, which is yourself. And if you do a personal section or personal, it's called a personal episode. A personal episode is when you are by yourself. It's when you are by yourself, and if you want to talk about yourself, you can do it. No problem. When you're doing a personal episode, which is about yourself, when you don't have no guests, it's just you. You have no guests. You have invited no guests. Okay, that's when you can talk about yourself. If you want to, you promoting yourself. You promoting yourself. That's all about. A personal episode by yourself. You guys, I saw him many times when I went to C2K talk show by myself when I didn't have no guests. I was talking about myself. I was talking about my career. I was talking about whatever I was doing. I like for example, my new talk show on Facebook, C2K Hour, the C2K Hour Facebook Live. Sometimes I okay, even though that talk show is a open guest talk show, it's an open guest talk show where anybody that wants to come and be part of the show, or all they need to do is just send a request to join live in my talk show. Sometimes I have a personal episode in my talk show, which means I talk about myself, I talk about what I'm doing. I will always talking about my shows and stuff like that. But when I have a guest, I'm making about them, and at the same time, even though it's an open conversation talk show. It's not only a open guest talk show. It's an open conversation talk show when anybody can come and talk about it, whatever they want to talk about. But when I do have a guest in my talk show, I'm making about them. I'm making about them. I don't make it about myself. That's my advice to Mr. Sack Attack, and that's my advice to anybody else. When you have a guest in your talk show, make it all about your guest. And if you have a guest for the first time in your talk show or in your podcast, study them. Make your little homework. Make your homework. Get whatever information you can get about them because you promoting them. When you have a guest, you promoting them. You're not promoting yourself. You're promoting them. You invited them to your talk show. You invited them to your podcast. So what you're doing is you're promoting them. You're promoting everything that they're doing. You're promoting if they are wrestlers or backyard wrestlers, indie pro wrestlers, or they have a talk show, they got a podcast, or whatever they have. You promoting them, you promoting whatever they're doing, and you promoting whatever they have. You promoting them. So please, I always tell this to everybody: when you have your talk show and you have your podcast, when you have guests in your talk shows in your podcast, make it all about your guests. It doesn't matter if it's a 30-minute episode or section, or it's an hour section. Within that 30 minutes or within that 45 minutes that you have your guests in your talk show, in your podcast, within even it could be an hour and a half. During all the hour or hour and a half, make it about your guests. Don't make it about yourself. Don't make it about yourself. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, um, as anybody that knows, and if anybody still doesn't know, I talk about this in my C2K talk show. I talk about it in my podcast. I have talked about it on the C2K hour. Um, C2K is not retiring. No, C2K is not retiring. My health is improving, thank God. Um, Maybe a lot of people asking, what was going on with your health? Well, as anybody know, I was drinking a lot, I was smoking a lot, and while I was drinking, I was smoking, I was killing myself. My health was getting worse and worse and worse, where I was coughing a lot, I couldn't breathe, And then that was the main reason where I wanted to retire, because I was thinking that something was wrong with me, and maybe I was okay, maybe I'm getting old, and maybe I don't know, maybe my body can't take it anymore. But the problem is that I was doing it to myself. I was smoking too much, I was drinking too much, and I was killing myself. I was killing my body. My health was going down, and I have the problem with my leg, which my leg healed. Thank God, my leg is healed. Um, Now it's been probably almost 4 weeks, right? Almost 4 weeks. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and my health has been improving. My health has been improving, where I can breathe better, I feel better, I feel with a lot of energy, and my body is healed, and my lungs are healed. So I made the decision that I'm not retiring. C2K is not retiring. The farewell tour is not going to happen. It is canceled. The farewell tour is canceled. I'm not retiring. I'm preparing myself to return to wrestle next month. I'm preparing myself to wrestle next month. Next month, you guys will see C2K back in the ring. Next month, guys will see C2K back in the ring, where I will have an opportunity in Rochester, New York, in either RWA or RWE, but you guys will see a return of C2K Courage to Kill. Um, so I'm excited. I'm excited that that's going to happen next month. Um, July, I will be in RCEW, Racine County Entertainment Wrestling. I will be in RCEW. I will be in WCE, of course, Appleton, Wisconsin. So that's going to happen in July. On July, I'm going to be wrestling in RCEW, and I will be wrestling in WCE. Um, TBW, don't know yet. It might happen this year, or it might happen next year. That's another project that I'm working with, traveling to TBW, Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. C2K will be in TBW. Trust and believe. Will be in TBW maybe this year, maybe next year, but trust and believe that's going to happen. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to come back in the ring. Um, and the thing is that now that my body has healed, my health has improved daily. Like, this is something I'm shocked, because my body, my health is improving, and my body has healed, and I don't know, it's this is daily. It's improving daily. You know what I mean? It's getting better and better and better every single day. And this is something that I thank God. I thank God for. I feel energetic. I feel like I want to go back in the ring and try this one more time. And when C2K is going to retire, who knows? We're not going to touch that. That. How can I say that? We're not going to touch it yet. We're not going to touch it. You know, that's a topic that we are not going to touch. Maybe in the next 5 years. Who knows? Maybe in the next 5 years, C2K Power will retire, or C2K Power will retire when he's 50. Because that's how my health has improved. Where I say, okay, I do have another chance, and I'm gonna give myself probably until I'm 50. Yeah, probably until when I'm 50 years old. I'm 42. I'm about to be 43. We're talking about 7 more years. 7 more years. I might give myself, I might give myself 7 more years. Yeah, yeah, I probably want to do that. I'll give myself 7 more years. You know, maybe when I'm 50 years old, then I will retire. And that's when the farewell tour is going to happen. C2K farewell tour is going to happen when C2K is 50 years old. Yeah. But for now, I'm not touching that topic into whenever God led me. That I should say that first. Into whenever God led me. I feel like God's giving me another chance to return to the ring. And I feel energetic. I feel stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. I don't want to be like Leo Rush, Bret Hart, and stronger and stronger. I love. Let me tell you something. I love that character of Leo Rush. Bret Hart, and stronger and stronger. And that's how I feel like. It's like I feel like I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And and I say, okay, let's do it. Let's go back in the ring. Let's see what C2K can do. And let's see if C2K can show that he still got it. And I feel like I still got it. I feel like I can go ahead and do a few rounds. Maybe 7 years. Maybe in 7 years I will retire. But that's into whenever God wants to. Into whenever God tells me, okay. Into whenever my body tells me, okay, it is time to hang it up. You know what I mean? And when I was basically, when I was smoking, when I was drinking, yes, I felt like my body was dying. I felt like, how can I say that? It was a feeling like your life was slipping away from your body. That's how I can describe it. And now it's like I feel like unstoppable right now. I feel like I'm unstoppable right now. And I'm not saying that I'm unstoppable because, God can stop you anytime. But what I'm trying to say is that I feel like I can go for 7 more years. I feel that way. So okay, now let me see if we do have let me see something here first. Let me see. No, we don't have any comments. Okay, no problem. There's no comments. I know we're gonna have comments later. That's fine. Um, but yeah, hopefully in 7 more years, you guys might see C2K cover secure retiring. You know, so I can't wait for this journey that that is ahead of me. And where I'm going to be traveling in a lot of places, and I can't wait. I can't really wait. I'm so excited for this. I'm excited to come back in the ring. I'm excited to keep going. You know, and yes, I'm still going to be doing my talk shows. I'm still going to be doing my podcast. I'm still going to be doing my food show. Yes, that's going to happen. I'm still going to be rapping and stuff like that, and doing whatever I do. That's still going to happen. That's not going to stop. But stay tuned for the return of C2K Courage to Kill back in the ring. But anyway, guys, unfortunately, I have to end this episode. Thank you for listening to the new podcast. of C2K Entertainment, the C2K podcast with your podcaster, C2K Courage to Kill, the Legend of Backyard Wrestling. Love you guys. God bless you. And I will talk to you guys in another episode of the C2K podcast.
Hot takes, cold facts, then we circle back. New voice, same file, keep that beat up higher. One clip, one spark, and the crowd says starting.